We recently started the search for the best Minecraft launcher in existence. After checking out the Modrinth and CurseForge app in the first episode and the MultiMC Launcher in the second, in today's third episode of the launcher test, we're gonna check out one of the most suggested launchers by far. Every single time I ask you guys, what is the best launcher for Minecraft, there are two launchers in particular which keep popping up. The Prism Launcher, which we're gonna take a look at very soon, and then the one we're covering today, the ATLauncher. Now, before I done any research, I really thought the ATLauncher was a correct launcher for Minecraft. In other words, a launcher that allows you to play Minecraft without actually owning the game. Turns out, it is not. The T-Launcher. That's the correct one. ATLauncher is something completely different. So now I'm really wondering, what is it all about? Does it live up to the hype? And even though we've not checked out the Prism Launcher yet, why is it these two in particular that are suggested the most? Well, to find that out, let's have a look. And here it is, the ATLauncher for Minecraft. Now, the first thing I want to note is that it looks completely different from the MultiMC Launcher we checked out in the last episode. The Prism Launcher, which is a fork of MultiMC, also very much looks like MultiMC. While according to you guys, some of their functionality is different, they do mostly have the same look. This one, on the other hand, looks completely different. Let's see what this one is all about. When booting the launcher, the first thing we see is the News tab. It seems like this is kind of a changelog when it comes to the launcher, but it's not only launcher news that they're sharing here. For example, here they had a Microsoft login issue that they reported on. Here we got an update regarding malware. That sounds bad. Wait! This is from 2 years ago. This is the big CurseForge malware incident that everyone was talking about back then. Does this launcher even still receive updates? Okay, the last news article was more than 7 months ago. So this can mean two things. Either the launcher is not being actively updated anymore, or there is just not that much news to share. Now, in the bottom left, we have a show console button, which will simply pop up your console. So that's kind of nice, I guess. It's kind of handy that it's a separate window like this. So as soon as we launch the game, especially with an unstable Modpack, we could just put this one on our second screen and then see what's happening real time. That's kind of handy. Something I don't really like though is all the social media links in the bottom right. Like, I get you want to have them somewhere, but why do they have to be in this specific console window? I don't think that's needed. That's just annoying at this point. But okay, next to that we got the open folder button, which will simply open the ATLauncher folder. Always great to have. And next to that we got a button to check for updates. Okay, every single time there is a menu that pops up, but it also closes straight away. And it doesn't tell me that there are no updates. It just doesn't do anything. That is kind of strange. Just give me a little notification that there is nothing to update and I will be satisfied. But okay, that's nitpicking. Let's have a look at the actual functionality of this launcher. So we got a create pack button over here, and it looks like this simply allows us to create a new instance. Now, when it comes to loaders, we got quite a strange setup over here. So we got Fabric and Forge, which makes total sense. Then we got Legacy Fabric. I wouldn't really know why this is a separate option. Why not just merge it with the regular Fabric one? Then we got NeoForge and Quilt, which is of course pretty cool and necessary for a launcher like this. But we also have Paper and Purper. So does this just allow me to create a server through this launcher? That is something I definitely want to test out. Let me go ahead and create a 1.21.5 Purper server. I'm going to choose the latest loader, create server, there we go. Creating a server won't allow you to play Minecraft, it's for letting others play together. Yeah, okay, we know that. Just click on yes. Oh, you first need to select an account. Well, in that case, let's do that first. Okay, there we go. I'm now logged in with Bradshop. That's great. Now I'm gonna go back to create pack and I want to create a server now. Please allow me to create this. Yes. Ooh, it's working. How will this work though? How will I manage this server? Can I also do that from this launcher? Minecraft 1.21.5 server has been installed. Find it in the servers tab. Okay, that is interesting. We're gonna have a look at that in a little bit. But okay, here we can create different instances for a lot of different versions of Minecraft. You can even enable experimental, snapshot, betas and alphas, so that's pretty cool. But if you simply want to install an already existing mod pack, I assume we can just go to packs. this? Yes, okay, cool. So over here we got an option to search, but we also got an ATLauncher tab, and I assume these are just some mod packs that have somewhat of a partnership with the ATLauncher. I think that's what's going on. So we just have a lot of different mod packs here that I guess are simply highlighted, but I'm not really sure if these are hosted on servers from the ATLauncher or if it simply downloads these mod packs from either CurseForge or Modrinth. So don't really know, but I'm pretty sure that the ATLauncher also hosts some mod packs of their own, so I think that's most likely what this is. Now, something we absolutely love to see is CurseForge. Look at that. It is still very weird that MultiMC didn't support CurseForge, but they literally didn't. You were not able to download anything from CurseForge using the MultiMC Launcher. And even though I don't care about CurseForge that much, it is still really weird for a third-party launcher to not support the platform. It is really good to see that the ATLauncher does. So we can just download our most popular mod packs from CurseForge, which is amazing. We can also download mod packs from Feed the Beast, so that is very cool for people interested in that. Then of course we got Modrinth, which is the main platform that I care about. Very good to see Modrinth support. Oh, look at that! By just scrolling a bit, here is Performium. I didn't even have to look for it. It was just there in the list. That's great. We love to see it. And then last but not least, we of course got Technic. So if you want to install your Technic mod packs, this is where you can do that. With that being said, let's go ahead and install Performium. There we go. I'm gonna click on install. We can choose the name of the instance and we can choose the version. So that's pretty cool. They simply put all of the different versions in a big list. I'm simply gonna download the latest one. There we go. And there it is. Okay, cool. Let it load. Performium was successfully installed. But okay, great compatibility here. A lot of different options when it comes to mod packs. So much more functionality already than the MultiMC Launcher. Now let's go to instances, and this is currently the only instance I have installed. It looks like all of our instances will be sorted in a big list. So currently I only have one, which is why it's here in the middle. But I assume as soon as we have more, they will all kind of get organized in a big list, which I think is pretty clean. Now over here we got a lot of different settings. So we can click on play to launch the mod pack. We can click on get help, which I don't know what that does. Oh, that is interesting. Wait, website. It simply opens the Modrinth page. Okay, then Discord should open a link to the Casasaur universe. Oh yeah, there we go. It totally will. That's really handy actually. Now we also have an option to edit the instance, which basically just allows us to reinstall the instance, clone it, rename it, change the description, change the image if that's something you want to do. We can also change the version of Fabric or remove Fabric. I don't know why you would remove Fabric from a mod pack. That sounds like a bad call. I think it's nice that they give you the option to do this, but usually you don't want to change too much when it comes to the Fabric version of a mod pack, because most likely the mod pack will just break. Now we can also make a backup, which is pretty handy. So if you want to tweak your mod pack a little, then you can quickly make a backup first, just to make sure you don't ruin your whole instance. We also got some settings, which allows us to set a default account. Oh, that's pretty cool. So even if you have multiple accounts added to your ATLauncher, you can make it so that certain instances have certain account overrides, so they always launch with that certain account. That is really nice. We can also change the quick play type, then we can change the Java and Minecraft settings. Just some cool and default stuff, we love to see it. And then we have some launch commands, which can sometimes be useful. The people that use this, you know who you are. Now then we can also delete the instance, we can export it, add mods. Please give me... Oh, we're good. We're good. It gives you a menu. It gives you a menu. I'm already really happy with this launcher. So instead of simply having to download the jars ourselves and then import them into the launcher, it looks like here we can simply download mods straight from their platforms. So let's go to Modrinth and let's search for 3D skin layers. That's a mod I really like to use, but for obvious reasons, it is not included in Performium. So usually I just add it afterwards. Let's do that. Let's click on add. For the newest version of Minecraft, that's fine. Click on add again. 3D skin layers is installed. Okay, that's awesome. That's clean. I love that. Can we also install shader packs and... Oh, that's great. Bare bones? Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is nice. If I'm gonna crown one launcher as the best one out there, I want to be able to just simply install and download mods without actually having to go to the website and doing it all manually. I want it automatic, all in a clean and sleek GUI, and that is exactly what this is. Also a little nice check mark next to a resource that you already have installed. That is great. I love this. This looks clean. Then we also have edit mods. It just gives us a big list with all the mods that we currently have installed. Not only mods though, also resource packs are here. This is basically just your content list. All the content that you have installed with this mod pack currently, that's all here. And by selecting something, we can decide to check for updates, we can reinstall it. If we're somehow facing some kind of bug, we can also disable it, remove it, or refresh the metadata. Then we have an open website button, which I think once again will simply open up. Yeah, it simply opens up the Modrinth page. That's great though. Good functionality to have. Especially because most of these pages also function as kind of a wiki. So if you're facing an issue, then in a lot of cases, you will be able to find information to fix that issue on the Modrinth page. So that's a good thing to have. Now, something I'm really excited about is the servers tab. So this is obviously the server I just created. Am I able to just launch this server through the ATLauncher? Wait, that is cool. Gonna click on launch. Oh, hello. How are you doing today? I never knew about this, but that is really cool. It is telling me to sign the EULA, which of course you need to do that. Let's see. We do have to open the folder then for this and go to the EULA and then simply change it to true. There we go. And now we're gonna close the server again and relaunch it and see if it works. That is nice functionality though. I love that. Look at that. The server is just booting. That's great. I'm impressed. Now we also have a launch and close option. Oh, interesting. It closes your launcher. So you can not only use this as a way to manage your Minecraft and manage your instances, but also as a way to manage your servers. And you can actually use the ATLauncher as only a server manager. So you can simply click on launch and close, and then the whole launcher will just close straight away and your server will be up. I'm impressed. I'm starting to really like this launcher. What is happening? Okay, cool stuff. Now we can also launch it with a GUI, we can launch it with a GUI and close, we can add plugins, edit plugins, make a backup, delete it, or then open a folder. I think add plugins, yeah, it will just allow us to simply add plugins. We can install WorldGuard, we can install World Edit, we can install Dynmap, Essentials X. Now it seems like we can download stuff from CurseForge and Modrinth, so that is pretty cool, and most plugins nowadays are available on Modrinth and CurseForge, so generally it should be pretty great. But of course, a lot of plugins are still exclusive to platforms like SpigotMC, but that platform doesn't have any integration here, so you will not be able to download anything from Spigot. Of course, you can add Spigot plugins manually, but if you want automatic downloads, it is Modrinth and CurseForge, which is fine. Now next we got accounts. So this is simply where we can add multiple Minecraft accounts. Currently, I only have Breadshop here. We can delete it. We can also just add a new account if we want. There's also an easy switcher here at the bottom. So if you have like 3 or 4 different Minecraft accounts, you can easily switch between them, which is really nice. Something I'm not seeing yet is a way to change my skin and cape, but maybe that is available in tools. So let's have a look. We got a network checker, a log clearer, a debug mode, download clearer, and then here, Skin Updater. This tool will update all your account's skins on the launcher. Let's see what happens when I launch this. Oh, it will just update the skins on the launcher. You're not able to upload a skin from the launcher. Okay, got it. Handy tools overall, but nothing crazy. Let's go to settings and let's see if I can change my skin or cape there. Let's see, in general, we got some different themes and oh, there are a lot of themes. Oh, ooh. Ah, no. Oh, light mode. Scary. That looks clean. Wow, I love it. That is really nice. We also got mod settings, so you can choose your default mod platform. I'm gonna put it to Modrinth. I love Modrinth. There we go. We got some default Java and Minecraft settings. Then we got some network settings, which I guess should be fine by default. Logging settings, backups, commands, which is, oh, these are just launch commands again. Yeah, okay. Environment variables. I don't really think your average user would use this, is, but it's great to have the functionality. And then here we have a list with contributors. Shout out to all of these people. Okay, but we have Breadshop selected, we have Performium installed. Let's click on play and let's see what happens. Okay, pretty nice, pretty nice. So my launcher closed straight away and Minecraft simply booted. There was no need to click on play again or anything like that, which is great. We love to see that. Now I'm wondering what happens when I quit my game. Will it boot the launcher again? It totally will. Okay, nice. That is handy stuff. I think you can maybe change most of this in the settings as well. Keep launcher open is something you can enable and disable. Enable system tray is something you can enable and disable. Oh, you can also change the default tab. So if you don't care about news, you can make instances your default tab. And then every single time you open the launcher, it will just go to instances straight away. You can also change the default instance sorting. So either by name, playtime, or by number of plays. That's handy. I love that. Okay, I had to Google this because I was so confused already. Why does the launcher have so many cool features? Even some very niche features like these tools and the servers tab. But why does it not allow you to change your skin? It just did not make sense. So I Googled it real quick. Turns out you can right click on your skin to change it. Why is that option so well hidden? Do they really not want people to use it? This skin here doesn't even look like a button. If you left click, nothing will happen either. It does nothing. Only when you right click, this will actually pop up. That is so strange. It doesn't look like you can interact with this thing at all, but you can. So I can change my skin. I can re-upload my skin. I can update the username, which I think simply means that it will check Mojang's servers to see if you updated your username. And then if you did, the ATLauncher will reflect that change. And then we also got an option to refresh the access token. Unfortunately though, there is no way to change your cape through the ATLauncher, something that the MultiMC Launcher could actually do. And what is also kinda strange is that even on the ATLauncher wiki, wait, let me show you this. Here we go, the ATLauncher themselves are saying that the recommended method to change your skin is through Minecraft.net. It's almost like they don't want you to change your skin through the launcher directly. They're basically hiding the feature, and over here they're also recommending to do it through Minecraft.net and not through the launcher. So that's strange. That's kind of strange. I don't know why that is. So basically, the ATLauncher is close to perfect. I get why so many of you guys like it that much. It has basically all the functionality you could want out of a Minecraft launcher. It allows you to easily manage your instances. You can simply download content from Modrinth and CurseForge, but even from platforms like Technic and Feed the Beast, which is pretty cool. I mean, all extra functionality is welcome. And it's also not just mods. Even other content like texture packs and resource packs you can download from Modrinth and CurseForge too, which is really cool. And then there is of course the servers tab. This launcher allows you to create a server with a few simple clicks that you can then just local host on your PC. That is such cool functionality. Not something I would use a lot, but I still love to see it. And even your skin can be changed. The only small nitpick I would have with this entire launcher is that you are not able to change your cape. That's it. All other functionality is just there. And the launcher itself looks really great too. Like visually, it is nice. It looks a bit less simple than the MultiMC Launcher. And whether you like that or not is completely up to you. That is personal preference. Now I do have to say, now that we've seen the ATLauncher and how many different features it has and how much it is capable of, I'm really starting to think, how is this launcher gonna be defeated? Like for a launcher to be better than the ATLauncher, it would have to do everything that the ATLauncher does. Plus, it should also allow us to change our cape. And then the only other thing that kinda matters is UI. Just the visual representation of the launcher. At that point, when every single box is ticked, when it comes to functionality, all that really matters is which visual style do you prefer? Which look do you like best? That's all that really matters at that point. After checking this one out today, I'm now even more curious about the Prism Launcher. The Prism Launcher is by far the most recommended launcher by you guys, and it really makes me think, if this is what the ATLauncher can do, why are so many many people then still choosing the Prism Launcher over the ATLauncher? Does it have all of this functionality and more? Or is it something different? I guess we will find out soon. Do make sure to leave any launcher recommendations in the comments of this video so I can take a look at those as well. And with that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to subscribe to my channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.